Okay, good evening, everybody. Again, we're still in practice mode right now, so we don't have cameras on, so fear not, we're going to do a practice run. So first of all, welcome students and staff. We appreciate everyone being here, along with our parent volunteers. I want to give you a couple of ins and outs so that you know what we're doing tonight, how the procedure is going to work. We want to keep everybody safe, of course, but we want to have an enjoyable time and celebrate our seniors this year. So first of all, seniors, you should have received a really nice glossy pamphlet keepsake for you. We did not have enough to make for all of the adults here. So we have enough for 28 of you that are here. You will want to follow this so you know what order you're coming in. I'm going to be the MC and I'm going to be calling you up by groups. So for example, this is where Peter and Miss Emery are ready to go. So I will say our first group that is up to our first department that's being represented tonight would be CCR. Miss Emery, please step forward. Miss Emery would come up the stairs. Peter, now if Peter was with a group of other students, you're the only one that's going to be introducing Peter, right? So just you, Peter, you would come up forward. Miss Emery will get the mic. You'll get a flower. And then seniors, you can park it right there. Good. And then Miss Emery will say nice things about Peter. And you will have that certificate actually from Keeley. So here's the certificate. And you'll just be giving the one to Peter. So you'll say her nice things. And then when you're done, you'll get your certificate from Miss Emery. You get your photo taken, but you'll do that. Do you want the presenter to stand a little bit closer over here away from the podium, I'm guessing?
Yeah, if Laura can stand where you are.
Great.
And bring the mic 5 inches down. Yes. No. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Yes? Okay, good. There we go. Can everyone stand to the side? It's still okay? Okay.
Okay, so Miss Emery finishes up with saying nice things. You'll step over here, Miss Emery, and hand the certificate to Peter. Unfortunately, we will not be shaking hands tonight. Seriously, it's a COVID thing, all right? So fist bumps are good. Fist bumps are good, elbow bumps are good, but no hugs and no handshakes, all right? So it's okay, we learned. That's why we're doing practice. Okay, then when you're done, both of you will come over this way. So
1, 2, 1, 2.
So that's how it will work. So we don't want anybody going down the stairs. That's a danger zone, but you will be coming, students, you'll be coming up the stairs here. Staff, you'll be coming up the stairs here. Again, for the seniors, follow along here so you know when your group is called up. And staff members, Kayla should have given you a copy of the program, so you'll have an idea of what your order is for.
I know.
Okay? Raise your hand if you have any questions, please. Oh, and somebody did ask if we have to have our masks on while presenting. Yes, we do have to keep our masks on. So that, again, you really want to project your voice. It might feel like you're yelling a little bit, but that's what needs to happen tonight. Okay? Mr. Rigby, did that answer your questions? All right, thank you. All right, thanks. So sit tight, you guys. We'll get started here in about 10 minutes. So we'll get started about 6 o'clock sharp. Thank you. And thank you, Peter and Miss Emery, for playing along.
Where are you for the next one? Yeah, that's exciting. Yes, in 5 Boston College. Yeah, I'm kind of, I'm kind of glad they went.
we're just waiting for 6 o'clock to hit, and then Andrews will give us the cue that we're ready with the streaming. And what we're going for as we do the transitions from one group to the next is trying to make that time as short as possible. So again, it's really important to follow along with where we're at, kind of be ready to start moving. And James, we're good?
Okay. Hi, my name is Christy Seekhouse. I'm the MIPTA Council President, and welcome to this year's MI Community Scholarship Award Ceremony. One of the MIPTA Council's top priorities is to support students through PTA programs that promote ongoing learning opportunities and recognize educational accomplishments. PTA Council demonstrates this through overseeing programs such as the Reflections Art Program, the Nancy Shops Memorial Grant, the Parent Edge Program, and this Community Scholarship. I'd like to now introduce our Council VP of Programs, Stephanie Parmenter and Amy Richter. They oversee the scholarship program. They'll talk a little bit more about the program, its fundraising efforts, and our partners who we work with to bring this scholarship to our community every spring.
Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie Parmenter, and Amy and I are excited to be here today to celebrate students. It's wonderful that we can do this with some of us here. Families, we miss you out here, but we know you are celebrating your students along with us. For over 40 years, the Mercer Island PTA Council has been administering the Mercer Island Scholarship Program that celebrates and honors 27 graduating seniors each spring. This program is funded through direct donations to the Scholarship Fund and through the annual sale of graduate grants, commonly known as grad grants. Being honored by their teachers, we are hopeful each recipient will receive a $500 scholarship check. Students expect to be mailed to your house at the beginning of July. We are still in the process of fundraising for this scholarship fund. It's not too late to purchase a grad grant for your special 5th grader, 8th grader, or graduating senior, or to make a donation directly to the scholarship fund. Thank you for those families and the community members that have already supported this program.
As Christy shared earlier, the scholarship program is administered by the Mercer Island PTA Council, but we do not do this work alone. We work in tight collaboration with the Mercer Island High School PTA and the Mercer Island High School administration team and faculty. There are individuals within these organizations who have gone above and beyond to support the scholarship program this year, and we want to take a minute to call out their contributions tonight. Huge thank you to Deb Voss and Keely Richardson. They are volunteers for the high school PTA. They are the people who have coordinated and organized this wonderful event that we are here tonight celebrating. On the high school side, we'd like to acknowledge Susan Robinson for her help in creating the event program, which highlights our amazing scholarship recipients. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to Associate Principal Jeff Jones for his ongoing support and engagement in this program. We really couldn't do this without you. There are so many people and organizations that come together in our shared community to bring this scholarship program alive. And it is a true testament to the Mercer Island School District value of putting our students as our #1 priority. With that, I'd like to introduce Principal Kelly to the stage, and I hope you all enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy, and welcome everyone. We're here together in a space, and also welcome to those that are streaming this evening. As we are transitioning from working and communicating remotely to increasingly working together in person, I want to celebrate the attributes of our students that have found ways to flourish during the pandemic. We often think about what is lost, but tonight let's acknowledge what these students have gained. The students that we're honoring tonight have each demonstrated resilience, a willingness to take risks, perseverance, passion for learning, a commitment to leadership, and have kept this a positive place to be, even when we weren't in the same space. They've learned to be more independent, to find ways to connect with one another, and ways to manage their own lives in ways that will benefit them for years to come. We also realize that our students' success, particularly in this time, is due to the seamless connection and support between our parents and our educators. As a school, we can never thank you enough as parents for keeping our students well, your children well, and providing them with the emotional support that we've all needed in this past year. Tonight's awards epitomize this partnership, and that each department selected students that uphold the mutual ideals of our school and our PTA. Again, thank you for attending. I'm so happy to have you here in this space. And I want to welcome and thank Associate Principal Jeff Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Good evening, everyone. Whether you're joining us remotely or here in person, I'm also very honored and excited to bring this opportunity to our community and play a small role in doing so. We have 28 seniors here, 28 seniors who represent some of the best things about this school. We have many students who are academically accomplished. We have many students that are athletically accomplished or accomplished in the community. These 28 students were nominated by their teachers, by their department chairs, through the help of their teams. And what they were looking at were things like resiliency, showing a growth mindset, showing a passion for learning and also for the subject material. And also being a positive contributor to the classroom culture, which is very hard to do in a remote setting, but you all have done that. Also, that you lead by example. So good leaders lead by example, and they do the little things that help encourage others to move forward and to be positive, especially during this time of the pandemic. So congratulations to each one of you tonight. We celebrate you, we celebrate who you are and the unique qualities that you bring to our school. Just so everyone at home knows how this is going to work, we're going to call up each department forward, and the department representatives will come up to the stage, and the students that are being selected from that particular department will also approach the stage and be 6 feet apart from each other, and we'll get to hear some wonderful things about our students from our representatives tonight. So without further ado, I'd love to have Ms. Emery start us off for CCR. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So, my Peter come here. So my name is Miss Emery, and I had the incredible privilege of having Peter his freshman year when he took Image, and then again his senior year when he took Personal Finance. And one thing I am so glad did not change over that 4-year span is his sense of humor and his personality. It's impossible to be in a bad mood when you're around Peter. You could be having the worst day ever, and with very minimal effort on his part, he will make you smile and just be happy and completely turn your day around. So I'm so glad that's still the same. He is also just incredibly a selfless person. When he enters a room, he makes sure that everyone else is taken care of and got what they need. And then he thinks of himself last, if he even thinks of himself at all. So I really appreciated that over the last year, especially in this really hectic, just remote learning, doing so much multitasking. I oftentimes don't know what I would have done without Peter. There would be times where he would notice one of his peers' hand was raised before I did, and on Zoom he would unmute himself and say, Miss Emery, so-and-so has a question. I go, oh, thank you so much. right? He would advocate for his peers, and that was just so cool to witness. And I'm just so grateful for him. This school, this island is just going to be missing such a huge hole when you leave. Spokane is so lucky to be getting you, and we're really going to miss you. Go Zags.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'll try and get through this without crying. Okay, it is my utter and complete privilege and honor to introduce the next award. And I deviate a little bit. This is technically not a CCR award. This is the DECA Scholarship Award given by the Mercer Island Chamber of Commerce. And I'd like to begin with their statement to you, and they would have loved to be here. So hello to all the Chamber of Commerce people watching. I know there's a bunch of you out there. So the Mercer Island Chamber of Commerce and Mercer Island Chamber members are very proud to award Bella this scholarship. You've shown exemplary leadership at Mercer Island High School, and we know you will take your learnings forward into the world with passion, collaboration, and determination, all of which are valuable and honorable business traits. We are sorry we cannot be here with you to hand over this certificate and check, but are thinking of you tonight and wish you the very best in the days to come and your future in college next year. Thank you for setting the example of a leader and honorable human being. Best to you, fondly, the Mercer Island Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and Executive Director Lori Guiden. So that's from them, but now she has to hear from me. So Bella Hartman is in my class, and she is once in a lifetime student. She is one of those students that give us our why. Oh, I'm going to try and get through this. This year, as a quick explanation for my class, it is the capstone class for our business and marketing pathway here at Mercer Island High School. And the students create a company, Mercer Trade Inc., and then they run it with all of its difficulties and messiness and things like that. So in a normal year, it's difficult. But we had Bella this year. Bella is absolutely one of the best CEOs we have ever had for our student-run company. In a normal year, she would shine, but in this year, she is the reason this company, Mercer Trade Inc., was successful. She has that perfect combination: intelligence, talent, drive, the ability to inspire, also the ability to push, and the capability to run a company. And try running a company of your peers, the hardest job ever. I am so thankful that Bella chose to take my class. I am so grateful that she chose to focus on and excel at DECA. And we are so profoundly blessed that she is a Mercer Island High School student. Thank you, Bella. Before she steps away, the Chamber of Commerce very generously awarded her a $1,000 scholarship. I am lucky enough to be able to also award a scholarship recognition to Ava Matroni. So welcome. And she was nominated by John Stafford, so I get to read his recommendation. So we're thrilled to have you. So this is what Mr. Stafford wrote. Ava Matroni is an outstanding student at Mercer Island High School, regularly earning all A's and currently having the highest grade in the class in AP macroeconomics. All right, let's all just pause for a moment. Okay, oh my gosh. Ava has a fascinating background, which includes adoption in China at the age of 15 months and eventual transit to the United States. Ava is an excellent gymnast and has been the Mercer Island High School team captain for 2 seasons, and she is also a tennis player. She is also involved in philanthropic work, including fundraising various cookie sales for Mary's Place Homeless Shelter. Ava will attend Cal Poly in the fall and is interested in pursuing business and administration. She is an absolute asset to my class, and she is an asset to this school. Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan. Up next, Mr. Rigby for Crest.
Hello, my name is Patrick Rigby. I'm the lead teacher at Crest Learning Center. Alyssa Kresick has a quiet and calm disposition and uses that to be an effective leader. She joined us at Mercer Island late in high school but quickly made herself at home and established herself as a chill but available friend and academic partner. Alyssa is artistic and creative and uses these skills to explore hard concepts in a way that brings her peers into a conversation. She does this in an inviting, non-judgmental way that sets the people around her at ease. She uses the same skills to do a masterful job at Crest project-based learning approach, turning history into paintings, or walking us through her life in 35-minute podcast episodes, complete with chill beats and professional sound effects. All year, she's graced us in our Islander Hour as our house DJ, providing calming working environment as DJ EK. Next fall, she'll be attending Washington State University, and it is just with absolute pleasure, Alyssa, that I get to award you this scholarship on behalf of Megan Connolly joined us at Crest as a wide-eyed, confused sophomore and has made so much growth in 3 years. When she joined us, her head was constantly in a book, or more likely a fan fiction read. Her junior and senior years, however, she blossomed. Her love for story has given her ongoing success, both at Crest in our program, but then also hosting the KMIH radio show, The Book Club, every Sunday evening. This year, for Megan, technology was a bit of an antagonist, but this 15-month period of online learning has been a challenge that she undertook and persevered through, learning new skills and taking on a leadership role. Next year, she will be studying anthropology at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, and as an anthropology major myself, I wish you the best of luck adding to the story of why we humans do such strange things. Megan, it is with great pleasure that I give you this scholarship.
Okay, next up is Mr. Twombly for a couple of our English recipients.
Hey, Grace. So I think probably this is a little bit awkward for you. You're not the kind of person who loves to draw attention to herself. But I want you to know that many people in the English department have recognized your contributions and your dedication to understanding the human condition, and also your work with your own Instagram and your own advocacy, and the way that you conduct yourself in the world with respect to how you understand yourself and understand yourself through studying other people and how they struggle, both in literature and in writing, and the way that you sort of operate in the shadows a little bit is really cool. I wish more people knew about how unreal you are, and that's why I'm so excited tonight to be here, just to absolutely hype you for all the things that you've done, as awkward as it is for you, to have that sort of, focus on you. The one thing I'll remember from this year is we'd finish a lesson, and then I would go to my email, and there would be like a 3-page email with all of your thoughts about the lesson and all these sorts of things. And it really challenged me and edified me, and just really let me know that you were that kid who wanted to understand and absolutely make the most sense out of your world and the stuff that you were engaging with. By stuff, I mean literature, and all the rest. Thank you for all of your hard work this year, and on behalf of all of the English teachers who have had the privilege of teaching you, congratulations. Hey, Nick. So the first time I met you, I was subbing for Miss Stafford, and you'll remember that. You were sitting in the back, and I'm going to read something that she and I wrote together about you. We were sort of reminiscing about our experiences with you, and I don't have my glasses on exactly yet. I'm going to steam up here. I'm sorry. That's also another COVID hazard. So I didn't know much about you other than Miss Stafford always saying, like, I got this kid in class who he's wise beyond his years. He's mature, thoughtful, intuitive, empathetic. This is the kid that just gets it. You never have to worry about Nick Weiss. He always gets it. And I saw that a little bit when I was subbing, but you were kind of in the back, you had your hood on, you were just kind of like, I'm a freshman guy, I'm not sure exactly, if I want to do this or not. And then I had you senior year, sorry, and everything that she said about you was true. You're the guy who likes to kind of, a little bit like Grace, like kind of sit back and absorb and process, but at the same time, you're always thinking and you're always connecting. And you're always trying to think about how you can take what you learn and apply it. And that is just a really powerful thing. So I wanted to read a little bit about what Ms. Stafford and I wrote about you, if that's okay. Okay, so a lot of this is Ms. Stafford. Okay. Nick's back of class, low in the seat, under a hooded sweatshirt approach is a ruse that belies an astuteness for learning and with people. Nick's preternatural, mix of openness, skepticism, and unapologetic interest make him a quick study. He's a kid you can always count on to get it. I agree with that. Furthermore, he doesn't need to hear himself speak, and he is rarely the first person to speak. But when he does so, his classmates and teachers listen. And I know I've listened to you on many occasions this year, and I really appreciate that. His questions and insight go right to what matters, as do his consistent and consistently subtle examples of sensitivity and kindness. These are observations made over the course of 4 years from different teachers in different environments. All agreed, and I'm one of those. Nick is just the person you want to have in your classroom and in your world. Nick, congratulations, and thank you for your contributions.
Okay, next up is Ms. King for our third English nominee.
All right, well, I am the lucky one who gets to talk about Kate. I'm Dana King, an English teacher. I have had the pleasure of knowing Kate both as a totally wide-eyed incoming freshman those years ago in my honors English 9 class. And I've just borne witness to her transformation over the years and into an academic powerhouse and a force to be reckoned with in her senior year. Just as such an accomplished student and human being. And she's been a student in my English 12 Film and Literature class, analyzing the political potential and the cultural influence of cinema. All of my colleagues in the English department who have had the pleasure of teaching Kate would agree that she is that rare and special sort of student who's wise beyond her years, who leads with confidence and conviction, as well as humility and grace. What's been consistent during my years of knowing Kate as a student, her uncompromising passion for social justice, her resilient, upbeat attitude, and her uncommon willingness to take intellectual risks for the pursuit of knowledge and her own personal development. Keep your eyes on Kate, a student who leaves MIHS having impacted our school and our community for the better, and she's taking off to Columbia University in France to complete a super cool, awesome, unique dual poli sci degree, which is just amazing. I'm so excited for you. And she's off to make an even greater impact through her dedication, her passion, and adventurous spirit. I can think of no student more deserving of this award and recognition than Kate Frankie.
Okay, next up, we have Miss Yoder for our 3 math recipients.
Good evening. I'm Kate Yoder, representing the math department tonight, and I think the awardees are coming down, but as they are, I'll just begin to speak about Mohammed Imran. I don't know that there has been ever a time in my 22 years of teaching that an entire department who has not had the honor of having Mohammed in class all said unanimously, there is one student that we want to nominate for all of the things that Mr. Jones and Principal Kelly spoke to about resiliency and perseverance. Every single one of the math teachers has been lucky enough to work with Mohammed, whether that is in class or after school with help sessions, etc. There is no student I can think of that has ever worked as hard or tirelessly to understand the material, not just to get the grade. And those kind of qualities in a student are qualities that we want every one of our students to have. And we couldn't be more proud of Mohammed and the work and accomplishments in the area of mathematics that he has made over the past 4 years, and wish him all the best in his future. Congratulations. So Renee White was in my class last year in AP Calculus. And Renee, I'm gonna be honest here. At first I was like, she's really chill. Is she paying attention? I wonder what's going on. You know, homework, it's okay. You can take it or leave it. But she then would ask me a question. And I would be like, whoa, wait a minute. She's paying attention. She's looking for the connections here. Oh yeah, and then I would hear, you know, teachers, students may not know this, but we eavesdrop a lot on your conversations when you're doing group work. And I would hear the explanation she was giving to other students and the connections she was making and the patience with which she was working with other students. And I was so impressed with the connections that you made. And when we were in the nominating process, Miss Adsit was like, oh, yeah, she's good. Nominate her. And so I really, Renee, have the utmost respect for your intelligence and what I think that you are capable of doing over not just the next 4 years, but your career and whatever you choose to go into. So congratulations. Nate, I hope that your parents are watching. We won't talk too many stories about Puerto Rico, right? We'll save that for later. So Nate, I have to tell a story, short. We were in class and we were learning derivatives. And Nate wanted to know what the derivative of a natural log was. And I said, we haven't covered that yet. I'm not going to tell you. And Nate said to a buddy, who will remain nameless, Will. And he said, And together the two of them went off and figured out, based on the definition of the derivative, what the derivative of a natural log was. Came back to me, presented it to me, and asked, are we right? Which showed me they didn't look this up. There was no Google involved. Impressive. And that just speaks to the quality that Nate has in his relationship with the math. And if I could say one thing, it's like the more he learns about something, especially if it's independently, the more he has questions. And the more he says, that's interesting. I want to learn more. That passion, how do you instill that in students? I don't know. I'm still working on it. But I would say with Nate, it's embedded in his DNA. And I am so pleased to be able to award you this scholarship. Congratulations.
Okay, next up, we have performing arts, and our first recipient will be awarded by Ms. Melbar.
Hi, I'm Daniela Melgar, the drama teacher here at MI. My first memory of Jameson is when he walked into Drama 1, and I very quickly realized that he was also on the football team, which was a first for me in drama. And like my dreams of Glee, scenes from Glee on the football field suddenly, came to life. But beyond, obviously, that excitement at the crossover between athletics and drama, I was most impressed by the maturity of this ninth grader. He was ready to work from the very, very first minute and never stopped working, even here until the end of his senior year. I've been lucky enough to have him all 4 years of his high school career, and have had the joy of watching him grow into himself as a student, actor, and person. He is a delight, and he's the type of student who reminds me why I love what I do and keeps me going to work every day. Jameson is inherently talented. He can step into the shoes of any character and inhabit their thoughts, feelings, and life struggles with truth, compassion, empathy, and understanding. Though he is a natural talent, he never slacks off. I don't think he's ever missed a class or a rehearsal his entire 4 years. I would literally have to go back and do that research. But he's been here every single day. He puts all of his heart and soul into his work, asking questions, researching and developing his characters, collaborating with his scene partners, taking direction, exploring new performance choices, and memorizing lines. I have never had a student like Jameson. I believe he reads something once and suddenly he has memorized it word for word. This is true whether it's Shakespeare or whether it's a modern day play or comedy. He's played a variety of roles, from Hades in Metamorphoses to Don Pedro in Much Ado About Nothing, to Matthew Shepard's father in Laramie, to Dallas in The Outsiders, to Mr. Knightley in Emma, all very different characters. Each of his performances was compelling and inspiring. He brought me to tears every single night during the Laramie Project, playing the father of Matthew Shepard. He brings so much truth and beauty to those characters. Last year, when we went into quarantine and had to cancel our spring show, I had the advanced drama students write, create, and perform one-person shows. Jameson's is the one that sticks out in my memory the most. He decided to honor his grandfather and wrote and performed a story about his family, playing every single role in his immediate family. It was delightful, charming, and endearing. Jameson Dowdy is artistically humble, knowing that the acting process is never complete. He pushes himself to know more and to grow in his acting technique. I am excited for him as he ventures to Long Island University in Brooklyn next year. You have not seen the last of Jameson Dowdy. Thank you for inspiring me and keeping me on my toes, Jameson. You will be missed.
Next up, we'll have Mr. Bixby. He's got a couple of recipients for performing arts recognitions.
Hi, everybody, and thank you again to the PTA for giving us an opportunity to give these awards. There's not enough to go around to this class, and what all of them have given and done for the school this year, and for all of us teachers, keeping us sane and engaged, and happy every time we log back in to come work with you, especially all of you. So thanks so much again. My name is Parker Bixby, and I'm one of the performing arts teachers. Performing arts has been like everybody else in a tailspin for about 13 months. We teach ensemble performance classes that are
dependent on things like nonverbal communication in a singular space to make something creative and new and interesting in the moment. Ms. Melgar literally teaches an improvisation class with a cast. And to do that online has taken many things. It's taken support from the school, and it's taken the right technology, and it's taken creative thinking and a lot of patience and all of those things. But it doesn't matter if we had everything dialed in perfectly, if we didn't have the right students acting on leadership, giving us the benefit of the doubt, and doing the very best they can to continue their own learning moving forward, we just would have fallen right on our faces, and we didn't, and it's because of amazing young people like this. So congratulations to all of you as well. I'm going to give my first award on behalf of Ms. Multoon and the orchestra program to Jared Marcus. So Jared, Ms. Multoon isn't here, but I'd like to read some words for her on her behalf for you. Jared Marcus is a talented violinist and violist who has participated in the Mercer Island School District Orchestra program for 8 years. Always dedicated and loyal to the program, he has stepped up to the plate this year in the pandemic to help with the 5th grade orchestra class. Among other things, he attended their class 2 days a week at 8 a.m. He takes kids to the breakout rooms to hear a song or work on technique. Additionally, he makes house calls to tune their instruments, arriving in a mask, tuning on the porch, and handing the instrument back through the door, all socially distant, of course. Jared also appears at my office door with great thoughts on what the orchestra should play next. Many times his suggestions have been programmed. On May 25th, Jared played a spectacular and difficult solo, and it was the first person, was at the first in-person orchestra concert in 15 months. A fitting tribute. Jared will attend Syracuse University, majoring in broadcast and digital journalism. We are better for having Jared in our orchestra program. Thank you. Congratulations, Jared. Okay, I'm gonna have Jesse come up, please, since those are my back-to-backs. Hi, Jess. I've had a number of opportunities already to celebrate some of the incredible young people in the band program. Two of three in amazingly transformational student leaders in our band program are here tonight. Kate Frankie, you saw earlier this evening, and Jesse Starnes and Will Atkinson. There is no amount of scholarship money or trophy medal that I could get my hands on to celebrate these kids enough and to personally recognize them for the partners that they have been in helping us develop this year. The patience that they have shown, the drive, the excellence, the flexibility, the humor, the willingness to be honest, even when we didn't really want to hear it, the tact with which they approached helping us get better in the band program and helping us address the needs that nobody could see behind the computer screen. I think all of you know Jessie to be a fun and humorous and high energy, light, kind-hearted person. But I'll tell you that she is also ferociously brave and hardworking and tenacious and savvy and courageous with her peers. It is really hard to step out in front of all these people that you don't know and with intention make every decision on their behalf so that their experience is better. And I watched her do it every single day in her band program. Jessie's a dynamite musician. She's a trumpet player. She's an amazing leader. I've watched her be an even better friend to her peers. She's been an incredible partner to all of us. And of course, I'll let you all in on the ground floor if you're not already there. Since you're already at home watching on your computers, you got to go to YouTube and go to her YouTube page, Jessie Starnes, right? Make sure you like and subscribe because she's going to be a superstar. She's off to Berklee School of Music, and she's incredible. I'm just going to read some random comments from the YouTube comment section. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Congratulations, Jessie. Thank you for everything.
And up next is Ms. Rocco.
All right, hello and good evening. My name is Annalise Rocco, and I'm the choir director here at North Carolina High School. And I'm here to recognize Miss Annie Hochberg tonight. From the moment I met Annie in my office her sophomore year, my first year here, I could tell that everything that she does is through passion and determination and just downright enthusiasm. And with all of those qualities, she has worked really hard to grow so much just in the 3 years that I have known her, and I know so much even before then. From the very beginning of us coming together as choir and me being here, I knew that she was always determined to not only make herself the best that she could be, but make the people around her the best that they could be as well. She is always the first to offer to help other students, and she has taken leadership roles, every single one that's come her way. She's like, me, I got it, I got this, we're good. And not only that, but while her plate is full, she is managing it so well and with so much grace and passion. She has done things from organizing the music library, which what a task, to arranging singing Valentines, and then taking it upon herself to also just be a peer leader in class every single day. Even when she's on Zoom, it's like she is in the room. And this year, that has been a blessing that I don't think you even understand how much it means to me, to have a Zoomie who is so engaged and is still really leading through the screen. I am so excited to see where your music education journey takes you. She'll be going to University of Puget Sound, and you are going to be the most amazing mentor to your students someday. It has been a great honor to be your mentor and to help you through these last 3 years, and I'm so excited to continue seeing your journey.
All right, and next, representing our science department, Ms. Briggs.
I kind of wrote them in order, so. Hey, everybody, I'm Ms. Briggs. I am a science teacher here at Mercer Island, and I just think it's really neat seeing all these kids out here, because I feel like it's a Kid 1 Honors like reunion from freshman year. So, first up, we have Kevin. Kevin is a science club senior captain and has been a member for 4 years. He served for the past 2 years as one of our team captains. He has placed several times in Washington State Science Olympiad, which is a prestigious tournament for the top science students in the state. He's completed several AP science courses, and teachers know Kevin for his love of sweater vests and his desire to dominate his science classes. Teachers who have had Kevin for a long time say that he has grown from a shy freshman into a strong senior leader who actively helps others who are in need. He's an AP scholar with distinction, a chemistry and Kumon tutor, and he has self-published articles on his own platform. Kevin plans to study biology and neurology at UW. And Kevin, I am so grateful to have you in my club for the last 4 years. And it's been an honor, and it is so cool to present you with this scholarship here. Congratulations. Okay, Ryan. So Ryan is also a science club senior captain, and he has been in our club for about 3 years now. He has served as a captain for the past 2 years. Like Kevin, Ryan has also placed several times in Washington State Science Olympiad and has taken multiple AP courses, which demonstrates his scientific fluency given that he is a fairly recent addition to MI school. Ryan was able to jump into events and place second in one of his first events after only having about a month to prepare. He's been an incredible role model for his fellow science club members. His role in organizing and leading the club this year has been very impressive despite being a 100% remote environment. Ryan's teachers describe him as an innovative, clever, and quick to understanding new concepts and apply them in a novel situation. He also performs admirably in all projects that have an engineering aspect to them. Ryan is also an AP scholar with distinction and a National Merit Scholar. He will be attending UW in the fall. Ryan, I am so excited to present this scholarship to you. All right, next up is Annika. So Annika, you were nominated by Mr. Sue, and this is what he wrote for you. Annika is a super dedicated and passionate student in all science courses she's taken at MIHS. She started Science National Honor Society Club and served valiantly as its president for the first 2 years, despite being nearly 100% remote during her tenure. Annika has committed to Tulane University in the fall and has expressed an interest in pursuing a doctorate degree in medicine with a focus on women's health, in which she would be perfect fit. As a student, Annika is a presence that will be sorely missed, always considerate and the first to volunteer her time to help out others. She's a true force in the science classroom. Teachers describe her as inquisitive, intuitive, and able to reach the next level of thinking in all areas of her studies. I can think of no one better student suited for this award other than Annika Vanderstock. Congratulations, Annika.
Mr. Robertson is representing the Social Studies Department.
Good evening, everyone. First thing I'd like to do is the official representative of the Social Studies Department. I'd like to thank the PTA for everything that they do for the school, not least the opportunity tonight to recognize these exceptional students and human beings. And on that note, it's very fitting that I see Annie, Ava, Bella, Jameson, Mia, Mohammed, and John in the audience tonight, students that I've had the pleasure of teaching, but I'm not going to recognize just now for social studies. The first person I'm going to recognize on behalf of our department tonight, social studies, is nominated by Mr. Nest. Unfortunately, Mr. Nest is not able to be here tonight, but Shoko is able to be here tonight. So tonight, a Scottish person is going to speak the words, I believe, in an Italian-American. Shoko makes teaching a joy, whether in Zoom or in the classroom. She very clearly demonstrates a hunger not only for the learning, but also for understanding and empathy. Her questions are incisive and insightful, showing maturity that is rare amongst high school seniors. Shoko never shows concern about grades, only about the cultures that we are studying and any way that she can increase her learning. I envy her professors. They're going to witness an even greater transformation over the next 4 years. I'm grateful for the time that she has spent in our class. Her contributions have been invaluable and have made us better teachers in the process. I can't wait to see what she does next. It is with great pleasure that I present this award to Shoko. I thought I got the rose, right? I mean, when am I ever going to get a rose? It is now my great pleasure to talk about Christian Dang. The next two students I have taught both as sophomores and as seniors. I think the students here tonight will relate to the next couple of sentences. Despite teachers' best efforts, Christian, classes can often be somewhat tedious for students as one lesson blends into another, and each day in class feels similar to the last. There's only a few students that can be truly present every day. You're one of those students, and you bring a love of learning to each lesson. Christian, over the last 4 years, your social studies teachers feel that not only have we loved your assignments, which have demonstrated careful thought, attention to detail, and an outstanding ability to analyze and evaluate important topics, what we really loved is your positive, warm, and generous spirit in the classroom. And that's something that I have seen every single day, and I think I speak for all of your teachers that we see that in the classroom every day. And I don't know if you realize what a gift that is, especially over the last 13 to 15 months of Zoom. You've positively impacted your teachers, and you've positively impacted all of the students in your classes with your willingness to answer questions and discuss weighty topics. Your thirst for knowledge has never waned, even during the pandemic. We have also, and I wish I brought some of the display tonight, we've also greatly appreciated the wonderful art that you've shared with our classes, starting with an illustration capturing the Columbian Exchange. I don't know if you remember that, that's close to 3 years ago now, all the way until last month, where you brought in a poster that you painted to highlight discrimination that Asian Americans and the Pacific Islander community have been experiencing in the last 3 months. It is my great honor, Christian, to award you this scholarship on behalf of all right. Rio. Again, Rio is a student I've had the pleasure of teaching for both as a sophomore and as a senior. I think she was a little bit surprised that she got the award for social studies. I think it's safe to say that there might have been other, there could have been awards that you could have got from other departments, but in the shuffling, it was social studies from whom you got this award. So Rio, exemplary, is one word, being a fantastic example. That has defined your work, your attitude, and your passion for learning through all of your social studies classes. Doing just enough has never been enough for you. In your work, you demonstrate a genuine desire to fully understand a problem, issue, and topic, and only come to a conclusion after you completed a level of research that is beyond the parameters of any assignment. Both your written work and your presentations are clear, insightful, considered, fully convincing, and exhibit the hallmark of a mind that is mature beyond its years. A mind that has the rare ability to examine and issue a topic from multiple perspectives before coming to a conclusion. Like Christian and many other students here, I'm sure present tonight, Rio is very talented in multiple subjects and disciplines. I and the other teachers are very excited to see where those talents are going to take you. You and everybody else here are going to do brilliant things, and I'm just very grateful to have been your teacher for 2 years. It's with great honor on behalf of the PTA I give you this award.
Thank you. And next up is Ms. Anders for Visual Arts.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. It is so great to be here in person tonight and see so many familiar faces and awesome folks. Okay, the first thing I noticed about Mia when she was in my beginning photography class a couple years ago was her amazing, infectious smile. And it's really too bad we can't see that tonight because we're masked. But you need to know that Mia smiles with her whole heart, and everything she does wholeheartedly in her life. There are very few beginning photography students who blow my mind with their innate sense of balance and composition. From the start, Mia created imagery that stood out above the rest, incorporating varieties of visual elements and post-processing skills in impressive and thoughtful ways. She consistently goes above and beyond for each project, taking artistic risks and experimenting with all parts of the photographic process. Many of the exemplary examples I show students include Mia's work from her beginning and advanced photo projects. So I was thrilled when I saw that she was in my AP 2D class this year. While it's obvious to say that this school year has been unusually challenging in ways we can't yet describe, I'm not surprised that Mia has thrived in the unique trials her senior year presented. She's the type of person to find opportunity in a challenge and persevere no matter the obstacles. This year in AP 2D, she created one of the most visually dynamic and thoughtful photography portfolios I've seen in my 8 years teaching here. Exploring themes around heritage, culture, and her Japanese American identity, every image Mia made was fresh and enlightening. Each photo reflects her masterful technical skills, beautifully balanced with the vulnerability of her artistic heart. And I encourage you all to see her work at the MIHS Gallery here through June. Mia's artwork will continue to shine in my world despite her leaving my classroom for bigger things beyond MIHS. While I don't want to imagine my classroom without her smile, I can't wait to see how she influences the world in brilliant ways. So it's with much pride and love that I present with you with the PTA Visual Arts Scholarship.
And Ms. Tori is up next with our second visual arts recipient.
It's a good thing you're way over there because you're like a foot taller. Last time I saw you, I gave you permission to do that. Yeah, so it's been like 15 months, right? All right. So I have had the joy of teaching you, Killian, the last like 4 years, since you were like a wee baby freshman, all the way into the gigantic senior. Your portfolio is in my AP class, stellar, phenomenal. I thought you were going to bring me your piece. Okay. I've continually been impressed with you. Your spectacular ability and positive energy and your dedication to your creative ideas is exemplary. You're awesome. Your artwork's awesome. It exhibits amazing attention to detail and wonderful craftsmanship. You've only taken advantage of my kindness a few times over the last 4 years, and I loved every minute. The stories I could tell about this guy. Throughout my years with you, I've watched you grow and learn and come into your confidence. I had no idea you would be as loud as you were until you came into my ceramics room. It was really awesome to see. You're always willing and ready to lend a hand, provide comic relief, or challenge me in my thinking any time during the day. I know that I will continue to be impressed by whatever you decide to do next. I am proud to be given the honor of nominating you on behalf of the PTA for this scholarship.
Next up, representing world language, we have Ms. Fitzgerald.
Good evening, everybody. I am Laura Fitzgerald, Spanish teacher here at Marsh Island High School, and I am representing each of the languages we have here tonight. So I'm going to start with Emily Yang. These are the words from Madame Viat, and she said, "I have been teaching for 23 years and have rarely met as impressive a young woman as Emily Yang. She is the kind of person you hope and pray your children will become or resemble. She is kind, responsible, motivated, and passionate about helping others. She received a 5 on her AP exam, and I can comfortably state that she has near native level of fluency in French. This year, she's my TA, and when we were remote, she was invaluable in helping manage breakout rooms. She's also been working one-on-one with a student in a breakout room and changed this child's experience from horrible, because this young person was a little frustrated, to extremely happy to come to class each day. So maybe a future teacher. Besides excelling academically, Emily volunteers significantly in her community and has logged over 200 hours in nonprofits in our area. She started the No Place for Hate committee in our high school and helps create activities to foster more inclusivity in our community. It is with great pleasure that the French department gives the 2021 PTSA award to Emily Yang. All right, next up I have Catherine Gregory. On the behalf of the Chinese department, we are proud to present the 2021 PTSA award to Catherine Gregory. Catherine is one of the most responsible, passionate, and hardworking students in class. She's taken 6 consecutive years of Chinese, reaching the AP level. In class, she is a daily active participant and a big helper. She takes pride in all that she does and is keen to give back to her community as a selfless individual. For example, as the secretary of the National Chinese Honor Society, she tutors fellow Mandarin students and helps them understand their Chinese homework. She also serves the vice president of the MIHS Kids Corps Club and works with the elementary school's PTA to reach out to parents and connect them with qualified tutors for their child. Additionally, she volunteers 8 hours weekly at Swedish Medical Center, and she's also a link leader here at MIHS. With her diligent and positive attitude in Chinese class and countless hours of dedication to her community, we believe that Catherine is extremely deserving of this award. Congratulations. Okay, and we have Dion, otherwise known as Angel Roque. So this is from his Spanish teacher. Dion's enthusiasm for Spanish and Spanish-speaking cultures is infectious. His warm, encouraging demeanor injects fun and creativity into the language classroom, and all students laugh and take risks to express themselves when working with him. And I noticed just walking over to meet him, I could see, even though he's wearing a mask, I can see that smile just take over, reach his eyes. It's pretty nice. It's always lovely to have that in a classroom. He seeks out Spanish-speaking cultures outside of class, from having traveled to Guatemala with global visionaries and to listening to Spanish language music in his free time. And I can tell you that his insight connects his personal experiences to our class discussions. And it's really, when you have that student connect with that, that's when the language starts really coming in. And it's when they have that moment, and it's culture that really helps us reel the students in. And when you get that bite of it, you just want more and more and more. And that's what he has done. So he is a lifelong language learner and has been an asset to the MIHS program. So congratulations to Gian Angel Roque for receiving the 2021 PTSA Award in Spanish. And thank you everybody for being here, and thank you PTSA.
All right, we will welcome back Mr. Twombly up to the stage to introduce the recipient for the Pat Raymond Family Writing Award.
So before I talk about our amazing recipient, I want to give a little bit of historical context for this award. I never thought I would be in a place where I would have the kind of historical memory where I could actually offer this history, but I'm going to beg your patience here. Patricia Brayman was a 25-plus year veteran of the English department here at this school, went on to be the president for the Teachers Association, and then served several terms on our council. Patricia was known for her toughness, was known for her commitment to social justice, and was known for her ability to communicate fiercely and clearly, and always with the best interests of other people in mind. I want to start by acknowledging Annika tonight by saying that this award is a shared award. The Brayman Award originally was given on the basis of a portfolio. It is no longer awarded that way, but when we look at the Brayman Award in the English department, we think of someone who has contributed a great body of work. And in that sense, it's been my pleasure, both as someone who has worked with you in journalism, and then also in talking to your English teachers, to think about you in the context of all that you have contributed with respect to that body of written work. And it's really that to which I speak to you tonight. So I wrote some words in this thing, but I'm going to go off script because, and that's probably a bad thing, but I'm going to do it anyway. First of all, Mr. Goldhammer he really wanted to make sure that you knew how much that he has appreciated both sophomore year and senior year, your contributions to his classroom and the way in which you have always, taken on difficult subjects, asked hard questions, and absolutely put yourself out there in your written work, and not only in your desire to want to communicate your thoughts, but also connect to others. your ability to take coaching and to improve in your writing. He was sorry that he couldn't be here tonight to praise you as well, and then hopefully I can do justice to his words. You know, I'm lucky in the sense that, and this is where it gets off script again, you know, an hour ago, or maybe it was an hour and a half ago, we were texting about the senior issue, which just got finished, or maybe got finished. And there were some missing files, and I was excited to send it off to the publisher. We have spent a lot of time together over these 4 years, starting out as a freshman. There's some people out here that were in that journalism class. You started out by correcting me when I didn't know things and making sure that I walked the straight and narrow as a journalism teacher. I'm indebted for all that you've given me on that level in terms of holding me to a high standard and asking me to be the best possible teacher that I could be. But beyond that, your 4 years as a journalism student, starting out as AP style expert and copy editor and page editor, and now editor-in-chief of an award-winning newspaper and online publication, speak to the power of your vision and to your commitment and to the strength of your voice. This paper is better because of you. And I am incredibly indebted to that. And I know that our community is as well. You have always championed the voice of people who don't always have a voice, people who are marginalized or who otherwise wouldn't have a champion. And you are that champion. I know in some ways that you don't see yourself entirely as a journalist. I think you might have visions of being a doctor or something like that. And I obviously wish you all the best in those endeavors, but I do think that maybe you might eventually come back to wanting to champion those people. But you might do that through your practices as a doctor as well, and I certainly embrace that. That is one of your endearing legacies to this high school. I can't think of a better recipient for the Brayman Award, someone who champions other people, who has a strong voice, who embraces the spoken word as an opportunity to change her community and make other people's lives better than you, Monica. Congratulations. One last thing, sorry, because I have to do this as shameless. The WJEA would also like to recognize you for an award of excellence. You can see that on the TV. Hanukkah, shameless plug, is a multiple winner of awards at both the state and the national level for journalism. So congratulations on behalf of the WJEA as well. Cheers.
All right, next up, we'll welcome back our principal, Walter Kelly, for the Principals Awards.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. I have the privilege and honor on behalf of our faculty and staff of presenting 2 Principals Award winners. One cannot be here tonight. So first I wanted to introduce Jundong Beng for his absolute commitment and courage to learning. And on behalf of his teachers, a couple of comments I'd like to share. Jun is the epitome of resilience. He has overcome numerous obstacles to rock his senior year as a nearly straight A student. Teachers now describe him as a smart, kind, affable self-starter who's determined to do well in school. An example of his resilience is his remarkable improvement in the realm of public speaking. Being naturally reserved, Jun was virtually silent in classes during his first 3 years of high school. Senior year, determined to improve his speaking confidence, he pushed himself to go beyond his comfort zone and participate in English seminars in his film and literature course. According to his teacher, Danny King, his strong performance speaks volumes to the time and preparation he's put into those discussions. I'm proud of how he's faced his fear of public speaking in an open forum setting and thrived. Jun's hard work and perseverance have enabled him to develop the tools to succeed in life beyond high school. So on behalf of our faculty and staff, I'd like to present the first Principal's Award to Jun Da Deng. Please, a round of applause. Our second Principal's Award winner is here, and I'd like to congratulate Noah Endelman. Noah has a commitment to bring joy to everybody he's around, and I admire that sincerely about you. As a leader at Mercer Island High School, Noah has inspired students and staff alike with his unique combination of positivity and empathy. At every point, he's upheld the spirit and traditions of our school and is engaged in a personal mission to keep the Islander spirit alive and well. As students return to school after a year of remote learning, Noah led the efforts to create a greeting for all returning students. He and his peers arranged for spirit groups, student leaders, and the drum line to provide a memorable return to school. This was not just symbolic. What they did created a reminder to our students that we are not trudging through the mire of COVID, but that we are celebrating our time together on campus. With multiple points of service through student leadership, Noah has been an important proponent of our students' perspective, and it is evident he cares about each student's experience on our campus. He always brings a challenge for how we can do better, along with that can-do attitude of how we can do it and that we will do it. In short, Noah, you served as a bridge that will connect the spirit of Mercer Island High School from the years before COVID to the years after. In 10 years, students will owe how much they experience and the quality of their experience and the joy that they have here a lot to your individual and your work with others. So Noah, congratulations. It's an honor and a privilege. One of the things that we've missed as educators is simply the ability to tell you as students how proud we are of you. It is evident, I know many of you already, it's evident the pride that your teachers feel in you and about you and for you. And I would just like for just a moment, students, I know that you're mostly the people here tonight, but simply provide a round of applause for your colleagues and your peers and their accomplishments. So let's please applaud our recipients this evening. And yes, clapping in front of a mic shows we haven't done this in a while. I want to reintroduce Associate Principal Jeff Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations again to our seniors. We're really, really proud of you, and not just your accomplishments, but really who you are and who you are becoming. We're really proud of you as individuals. This event occurred with a lot of help, so I'd like to just really quickly recognize a few people, and if I miss anyone, I apologize. First off, I know our PTA Council reps said thanks at the beginning, but they deserve the thanks, quite frankly, because they put together the flowers, the certificates, the funding, the meetings that occurred to bring this together. So I'd love to have Stephanie, Amy Babson-Richter, Stephanie Parmenter, Amy Babson-Richter, Deb Voss, Keely Richardson, please stand up and please give them a round of applause. Susan Robinson also put together the glossy pamphlets that each one of you seniors has to take with you. So thank you, Ms. Robinson. We also want to thank Andres Rosner. He's back there. He was in charge of the live streaming, so he's bringing this home to you all, or bringing this to you all at home. So thank you, Andres. And then Mr. John Parker for helping us out with the facility and the stage. We do appreciate all that happened, all the help you've given us for the lighting, the sound, all the equipment. So thank you, John. We really appreciate it. So it would not be a live streamed event if we didn't have at least one plug in here. And since you are all seniors, including those of you at home are either seniors or parents, most likely, we do want to put out a friendly plug that we have. We're so excited to not only bring this event, but next week we have graduation, June 10th. So how about a big round of applause for that? So you've probably seen several messages from me already. So yes, I'm guilty of that. I do tend to over communicate, but we just want everybody to be there. So be looking out specifically for a message from me that would have come out today to seniors in your Schoology accounts, to parents in your email. There was one thing I wanted every single one of you to do was to verify just by clicking a little link to verify that you submitted your request for your tickets, because we don't want to leave anybody out. We want everybody to be there. We want everybody to have a lot of fun. So please do take a look at that link, and we will look forward otherwise to seeing you at graduation on Thursday, June 10th. So thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. All right, thank you, everybody. Make sure you have everything. And again, we really appreciate you coming. Have a great night. Hey, Miss Sanders, do we have any updates on about the photos? Oh, okay, great. So seniors, the photos are online already. So awesome. Thanks for posting those. Thanks for coming. Have a great night, everybody.